Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever. Two budding Eastern Conference rivals square off in Indiana on Saturday night. The Sky have one of the worst records in the WNBA and are well on their way to a playoff-less season. The Fever are making a push to move up the playoff standings, despite playing without star Caitlin Clark. The Chicago Sky will not be part of the WNBA playoff picture in 2025, a disappointing reality given the franchise's recent success in previous seasons. Heading into Saturday's matchup, they hold a dismal 8-22 record, reflecting the many challenges that have plagued this team throughout the year. The Sky have lost 4 of their last 5 games, including a particularly rough 86-65 loss to the Atlanta Dream on Thursday night at home. That defeat underscored their ongoing struggles on both ends of the floor. Missing from the lineup once again was their leading scorer and rebounder Angel Reese, who has sat out 7 of 9 games due to a lingering lower back injury. Reese's absence has had a profound impact on the Sky's ability to compete at a high level. Without their centerpiece, Chicago has lacked the scoring punch and rebounding presence needed to keep games close. In that loss, Rachel Banham stepped up to lead the team with 18 points, while Camila Cardoso contributed 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, highlighting the efforts of role players trying to fill the void left by injured starters. The 2025 season has been a harsh learning experience for the Sky, and the team will spend the offseason seeking reinforcements across multiple areas to return to playoff contention next year. The current roster has struggled to find consistent production, especially on offense, where scoring droughts and inefficiency have been frequent. The Sky have lost 9 of their last 10 games, a run of poor form that has all but extinguished any postseason hopes. Compounding the issues, they are 0-3 against the Indiana Fever this season, who have exploited Chicago's weaknesses repeatedly. Statistically, the Sky come into this game ranked 12th in the WNBA in scoring, highlighting their difficulties in generating offense. Their shooting percentages paint a clearer picture. They rank 9th in field goal shooting and 8th in three-point shooting, both below league average and insufficient to overcome defensive lapses. Defensively, the Sky have not fared much better, ranking 10th in scoring defense, meaning they allow opponents to put up more points than most teams. Their field goal defense and three-point defense rank 10th and 12th, respectively, indicating vulnerabilities that teams have targeted all season long. Opponents have found success attacking both inside and beyond the arc, taking advantage of defensive breakdowns and poor rotations. While the Sky's overall numbers are discouraging, there are some bright spots. Chicago ranks 3rd in rebounding margin, demonstrating their ability to compete on the boards despite personnel setbacks. This effort on the glass has allowed them to create extra possessions and limit second chance points, but it has not translated into enough wins. Additionally, the Sky lead the league in turnover margin, a surprising statistic that indicates they do a solid job of taking care of the basketball and forcing turnovers on defense. However, this has not been enough to offset their offensive shortcomings or defensive lapses. Given the season-long struggles and the continued absence of key players like Angel Reese, the Sky will likely approach this game and the remainder of the season as an opportunity to evaluate young talent and build toward the future. The lack of playoff prospects means that development and experience will take priority over immediate results. Chicago's management and coaching staff will be focused on identifying pieces that can contribute to a turnaround in 2026, whether through the draft, trades, or free agency. In short, the Sky's 2025 campaign has been marked by inconsistency, injuries, and underperformance. Their statistical rankings reflect a team that is outmatched on both ends of the court and struggling to find answers. With the playoffs out of reach, their focus shifts to growth, but the results this season have been tough for fans and players alike. The Indiana Fever come into Saturday's home matchup with the Chicago Sky holding a solid 17-14 record, including a respectable 9-6 mark at home. However, they are still navigating the season without their all-star guard Caitlin Clark, who remains sidelined due to a lingering groin injury. Clark's absence leaves a significant hole in Indiana's offensive flow and leadership, as she is the team's primary playmaker and scoring threat. Despite this setback, the Fever have managed to stay competitive, though they enter this game having dropped 2 straight contests, most recently a tough and one-sided 95-60 loss at Phoenix on Thursday night. That loss was particularly lopsided, with the Fever losing every quarter and getting outscored 26-11 in the pivotal third quarter, effectively putting the game out of reach early. Despite the team's struggles, Sophie Cunningham stepped up as the leading scorer, pouring in 18 points on efficient 6 of 9 shooting, showcasing her ability to take on a larger offensive role when needed. Looking beyond the recent skid, the Fever have maintained a solid overall trajectory, going 6-4 in their last 10 games. Their current standing in the WNBA playoff chase is crucial. They sit in 5th place, just outside the top 4 seeds who secure coveted home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. This game carries significant weight as Indiana aims to solidify their position and potentially move into that top tier. Offensively, the Fever have been impressive, ranking 5th in the league in points per game, reflecting a balanced scoring attack that can pressure defenses in multiple ways. They are also efficient shooters, ranking 5th in both field goal percentage and three-point shooting percentage, demonstrating their ability to convert high-percentage shots both inside and beyond the arc. Defensively, they remain stout, allowing the 8th fewest points per game in the league, while ranking 7th in field goal defense and 3rd in three-point defense, a testament to their perimeter pressure and interior presence. Overall, the Fever boast a 5th-best scoring margin, indicating their ability to outscore opponents by a meaningful margin, though their rebounding margin at 8th and turnover margin at 9th suggests there are still areas to shore up as they push toward the playoffs. With key matchups looming, maintaining consistency will be essential if they hope to advance deep into the postseason. The Chicago Sky, by contrast, have struggled offensively throughout the season, ranking 12th in the league in points per game. Their offensive issues are reflected in their poor shooting percentages, landing them in the bottom 5 for both field goal percentage and three-point shooting percentage. This offensive inefficiency has limited their ability to stay competitive against stronger teams and has resulted in multiple low-scoring affairs when facing the Fever. In fact, in the 3 meetings between these two teams this season, the total points scored have gone under the projected totals every time, underscoring the defensive battles and offensive challenges both squads have faced. Defensively, the Sky have been vulnerable, especially on the perimeter, as their three-point defense ranks just 12th in the league, an area the Fever can exploit with their sharpshooting and floor spacing, making perimeter defense a key focus moving forward. Indiana's dominance over Chicago this season has been emphatic and unmistakable. The Fever have swept the season series, winning all 3 games by an average margin of nearly 25 points, a clear and telling indication of the significant mismatch between these teams, especially when Indiana executes their game plan with precision and efficiency. Even in the absence of key player Clark, Indiana has consistently demonstrated their ability to stretch the floor effectively, exploiting Chicago's poor perimeter defense. This defensive weakness will likely be a crucial factor in the upcoming matchup, as it allows Indiana's sharpshooters and versatile scorers to find multiple open looks from beyond the arc and penetrate driving lanes. Chicago's defensive lapses on the perimeter are expected to create multiple scoring opportunities for the Fever's offensive weapons. Meanwhile, the Sky continue to struggle offensively with an inability to sustain consistent scoring runs, which places them at a clear disadvantage throughout the game. Indiana's defensive discipline and cohesion, coupled with their balanced offensive attack that generates scoring opportunities from multiple positions, will undoubtedly set the stage for yet another decisive victory, further cementing their superiority over Chicago this season. The Sky have also faltered down the stretch this season, ranking 12th in the league in scoring margin, which reflects their ongoing difficulties both offensively and defensively. Their struggles to maintain consistency have allowed opponents to capitalize late in games, making every matchup crucial. With playoff seeding still very much in play, the Fever will come into this game highly motivated to assert control and secure a crucial home win. Indiana's balanced attack, solid defense, and playoff aspirations suggest they will be ready to go and dominate this matchup on their home floor. Expect them to control the tempo, exploit Chicago's weaknesses, and come away with a comfortable victory, reinforcing their standing as a legitimate postseason contender. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Indiana minus 11.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Los Angeles Sparks versus Golden State Valkyries. The Los Angeles Sparks, 14-15, tied ninth, look to keep their winning ways intact with a victory on the road Saturday when paying a visit to the Golden State Valkyries, 14-15, T9th. Los Angeles is tied with Golden State for ninth place at 14-15 and defeated the Connecticut Sun 102-91 on Thursday night. The Los Angeles Sparks have been on a remarkable run recently, winning 3 straight games and 8 of their last 9, showing clear momentum as the WNBA season approaches its critical final stretch. Their confidence is palpable as they chase a playoff berth, sitting just 1.5 games behind the 8th and final qualifying spot, a slim margin that makes every game count. In contrast, the Golden State Valkyries suffered a narrow 78-72 loss to the Las Vegas Aces on Wednesday night, marking their second straight defeat. Like the Sparks, Golden State is also only 1.5 games behind the playoff bubble, setting the stage for a high-stakes encounter between two teams desperate to keep postseason hopes alive. The injury situation favors Los Angeles, who enter this matchup without any players listed on their injury report, ensuring a full-strength roster. Conversely, Golden State will be without their leading scorer Kayla Thornton, a significant blow to their offensive capabilities. Offensively, the Sparks are a powerhouse, ranking 3rd in the league in scoring, averaging an impressive 86.8 points per game. Their shooting efficiency backs up that volume scoring, as Los Angeles converts 46.3% of their field goal attempts overall and 35.6% from beyond the arc, which ranks 2nd in the league in both categories. This combination of scoring volume and efficiency has made them one of the most dangerous offensive teams in the WNBA. However, their defense has struggled, ranking 13th in points allowed, giving up 88.2 points per game. Los Angeles allows opponents to shoot 44.9% overall and 34.4% from three-point range, placing them in the lower half defensively at 11th and 10th, respectively. This defensive vulnerability has been exploited by opponents at times, but has been offset by their offensive firepower. The Sparks' success is fueled by standout performances from key players. Kelsey Plum, the team's dynamic scoring guard, leads Los Angeles with 20.4 points per game and also contributes 6.2 assists per contest, showcasing her ability to both score and create opportunities for teammates. Her scoring prowess makes her a constant threat and the focal point of the Sparks' offense. Close behind is Dearica Hamby, who averages 17.7 points per game and adds a defensive edge with 1.6 steals per game, the highest on the team. Hamby's ability to score inside and defend aggressively makes her invaluable on both ends of the floor. The Sparks also have 2 other players averaging double figures, reflecting a balanced scoring attack that prevents defenses from locking onto any single player. On the glass, Azura Stevens is the team's rebounding anchor, pulling down 8.3 boards per game, giving Los Angeles second-chance opportunities and helping to limit opponents' possessions. Stevens is also a key rim protector, averaging 1.3 blocks per game, which helps mitigate some of the defensive struggles. Together, these players form a core group that balances scoring, playmaking, rebounding, and defense, driving the Sparks' recent success. Golden State, on the other hand, faces the challenge of adjusting without Thornton, who has been the team's offensive engine. The Valkyries' offense ranks 11th in scoring, averaging 78.1 points per game, and their shooting percentages rank near the bottom of the league. Defensively, they excel, allowing only 78.5 points per game, the second-best mark in the WNBA, demonstrating a defensive-minded approach that keeps them competitive even when the offense struggles. This game is a crucial juncture for both teams. With the playoffs looming, every possession will matter as Los Angeles aims to extend their hot streak and solidify their position, while Golden State looks to stave off elimination and find ways to overcome the loss of their top scorer. The Sparks' balanced offense and health advantage give them an edge, but Golden State's tenacious defense could make for a tightly contested battle. The Golden State Valkyries currently rank 11th in scoring, averaging 78.1 points per game, while excelling defensively as they sit second in points allowed, giving up just 78.5 points per game. This contrast between a below-average offense and an elite defense shapes much of their identity this season. Golden State's shooting efficiency has struggled. They convert just 39.9% of their field goal attempts overall, which places them 13th in the league, and their three-point shooting percentage of 31.1% ranks 12th. These numbers suggest an offense that has trouble sustaining high-efficiency stretches, relying more on ball movement and defense than explosive scoring outbursts. Defensively, the Valkyries are strong, holding opponents to a league-best 40.9% shooting and limiting threes to 33.0%, the sixth-best mark in the WNBA. This defensive tenacity is the backbone of the Valkyries' competitive edge, allowing them to stay close in games despite offensive struggles. Their ability to contest shots and force tough looks makes them a difficult opponent, especially in tight, low-scoring affairs. Golden State's roster has been impacted by injury, most notably the loss of Kayla Thornton, who is out for the remainder of the season. Thornton has been the team's leading scorer, averaging 14.0 points per game, and her absence creates a notable scoring void. Stepping into the scoring lead is Tiffany Hayes, who averages 12.1 points per game and serves as the primary offensive weapon. Veronica Burton follows closely with 10.7 points per game, providing steady scoring and leadership. On the glass, Temi Fagbenley leads the team with 5.3 rebounds per game, anchoring the Valkyries' efforts in controlling the paint. Burton also orchestrates the offense, leading the team with 5.0 assists per contest, showcasing her dual threat as a scorer and playmaker. Defensive specialists like Monique Billings, averaging 0.8 blocks per game, protect the rim, while Burton's 1.1 steals per game highlight her disruptive presence on defense. In their 3 head-to-head matchups this season, the total has gone under in 2 of the 3 games, which fits with Golden State's defensive strengths and less potent offense. Overall, the Valkyries have a tough time clearing the over-under, with a 10-19 record on totals and the total going under in 4 of their last 5 games. This trend is consistent with their defensive identity and points allowed statistics, where their defense keeps games close and limits scoring runs. The absence of Thornton further tempers expectations for explosive offensive performances. The Los Angeles Sparks present a different profile. They rank 3rd in scoring and are 2nd in both field goal shooting and three-point shooting, demonstrating an efficient and potent offense. However, their defense ranks as the worst in the league, a vulnerability that opponents look to exploit. Despite this, the Sparks face a Golden State team whose offense is relatively modest, ranking 11th in scoring, 12th in three-point shooting, and 13th last in overall field goal percentage, and who are without their leading scorer. This matchup sets up as a classic offense versus defense battle. It is important to note that while Los Angeles's defense ranks last statistically, this can be misleading due to their fast-paced style of play. The Sparks play with the league's fourth fastest pace, averaging 96.67 possessions per game, which naturally inflates opponent scoring and shooting opportunities. Conversely, Golden State plays at a much slower tempo, ranked 13th or last with 93.2 possessions per game. This pace differential means Los Angeles's defensive numbers are partly a function of game tempo rather than sheer ineptitude, and the Valkyries' defense will face a stiff test trying to disrupt an up-tempo offense accustomed to quick possessions. Recent trends favor Los Angeles from a betting perspective, as they are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. The Sparks have won each of their last 5 contests outright and were underdogs in 4 of those games, highlighting their ability to perform under pressure and overcome expectations. This momentum and confidence boost could be a significant factor in this contest, especially given Golden State's offensive struggles and injury woes. In conclusion, this matchup presents a fascinating clash between the league's second-best defense in points allowed and one of the most efficient, high-scoring offenses. Golden State's defensive strengths will be thoroughly tested by the Sparks' up-tempo style and sharp shooting from beyond the arc, forcing them to adapt to a quicker pace than usual. Conversely, Los Angeles must find ways to contend with the Valkyries' disciplined defensive schemes and a more deliberate tempo designed to control the game flow. Adding complexity, Golden State will be without their top scorer and will likely play at a slower pace, which could limit their offensive output. Meanwhile, the Sparks' recent winning streak and offensive efficiency provide them with significant momentum and confidence heading into this contest. For bettors, these contrasting styles and key absences create a nuanced landscape, making it essential to weigh defensive matchups, pace of play, and scoring potential carefully when assessing totals and spreads in what promises to be a tactical and strategically rich game. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Los Angeles Sparks ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.